Ben Carson's story was once one of hope. He was born into poverty, he struggled in school, but Carson had a mother who believed in him. She pushed him to read. He discovered a love for learning. His grades soared. He went from the bottom of his class to the top. Carson's newfound academic prowess opened doors. He attended Yale University. He excelled. He then went to medical school at the University of Michigan. He found his calling neurosurgery. This demanding field requires precision, intellect, and an unwavering hand. Carson possessed all three. He rose quickly, becoming the director of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins Hospital at the young age of 33. Carson's surgical skill became legendary and widely recognized. He was a truly gifted surgeon. He took on the most complex and difficult cases, his specialty separating conjoined twins. These were extremely risky procedures. Failure meant the death of one or both twins. In 1987, Carson agreed to lead a team in a groundbreaking surgery. The goal to separate twins joined at the back of their heads. The surgery was long and arduous. It lasted 22 hours. The world watched and waited. Finally, success was achieved. The twins were separated and both survived. Carson became a hero. He was a symbol of hope and human potential realized. Carson's deep faith was central to his story. He was a devout Seventh-day Adventist. His beliefs shaped his worldview. They guided his actions. He saw his surgical talents as gifts from God. He believed he was meant to use them to help others. Within the Seventh-day Adventist community, Carson was more than a surgeon. He was an icon. He was living proof of what could be achieved through faith, hard work, and determination. His autobiography, Gifted Hands, became a bestseller. It inspired countless young people, especially within the Adventist community. Carson's story showed that even those from humble beginnings could achieve greatness. As Carson's fame grew, so did his public profile. His journey from a renowned neurosurgeon to a public figure was marked by his compelling personal story and his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. He became a sought-after speaker, captivating audiences with his eloquence and sincerity. He shared his story of overcoming adversity, detailing his rise from a troubled youth to a pioneering surgeon. He advocated for education reform, emphasizing the importance of hard work and perseverance in achieving success. He spoke out against social ills, addressing issues such as poverty, crime, and the need for strong family values. His message resonated with many, inspiring hope and a sense of possibility. He was seen as a voice of reason and moral clarity, a figure who could bridge divides and bring people together. In 2013, Carson delivered a speech at the National Prayer Breakfast, a moment that would change his life forever. It was a turning point, a speech that captured the nation's attention. His speech, critical of then-President Barack Obama, went viral, sparking widespread discussion and debate. It catapulted him onto the national political stage. Conservatives embraced him, seeing in him a new kind of leader. They saw him as a potential leader, someone who could bring fresh perspectives to the political arena. Carson had never held elected office, yet his outsider status was part of his appeal. Yet he was suddenly a political force, a symbol of change and new possibilities. He had tapped into a deep well of discontent among a segment of the population, offering a message of hope and renewal. Section 5. The Trump endorsement, a bridge too far. In 2015, Carson announced his candidacy for President of the United States. It was a bold move for someone who had never held political office before. His campaign was, well, unconventional. Unlike traditional candidates, Carson's approach was more grassroots and less polished. He lacked political experience, but he had name recognition and a compelling personal story. As a renowned neurosurgeon, he had saved lives and inspired many. He drew large crowds, and his message of faith, family, and hard work resonated with a segment of the electorate. However, Carson's campaign faltered. Despite his popularity, he struggled to gain traction in the polls. He struggled to articulate clear policy positions, and his lack of political experience showed. During debates, he often appeared unprepared and hesitant. He eventually dropped out of the race. Then came the unexpected. Many thought he would return to his medical career or continue his philanthropic efforts. Carson endorsed Donald Trump for president. This move surprised both his supporters and critics alike. Trump was a controversial figure. His rhetoric was often divisive and offensive. This endorsement shocked many. Carson's calm and measured demeanor seemed at odds with Trump's brash and confrontational style. It seemed at odds with Carson's own values and demeanor. Many wondered what had prompted this decision and what it meant for Carson's future in politics. Section 6. Disillusionment and disappointment. The unraveling of a legacy. Carson's endorsement of Trump sparked outrage and disappointment among his followers. Many felt betrayed. They had seen him as a man of principle and integrity, and they questioned his judgment. How could the brilliant surgeon, the devout Christian, the advocate for the disadvantaged, support someone like Trump? The Seventh-day Adventist community, where Carson had once been revered, was particularly divided. Some remained loyal and supported his political ambitions, while others felt alienated and questioned his commitment to the values he had espoused for so long. Carson's political choices had tarnished his image. The hero had fallen. Section 7. The price of political ambition, a fall from grace. Despite the controversy, Carson joined the Trump administration. He was appointed Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. It was a surprising choice. Carson had no experience in housing policy. Critics questioned his qualifications. They accused him of being out of touch with the needs of the people he was supposed to serve. Carson's tenure at HUD was marked by controversy. He faced accusations of mismanagement and ethical lapses. His policies were criticized for disproportionately harming the poor and minorities. The once celebrated surgeon was now a polarizing figure. He had become embroiled in the partisan battles that plagued Washington. Section 8. Reflections on hero worship, the dangers of unrealistic expectations. Carson's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of hero worship. It serves as a reminder that placing individuals on pedestals can lead to disillusionment. He was elevated to an almost mythical status, seen as a beacon of hope and excellence. His medical achievements were extraordinary, showcasing his skill and dedication in the field of neurosurgery. His personal story was inspiring, a tale of overcoming adversity and achieving greatness against all odds. But in idealizing him, people overlooked his flaws, choosing to see only the perfection they wanted to believe in. They projected their own hopes and aspirations onto him, creating an image that was impossible to live up to. When Carson entered the political arena, he was held to an impossible standard, expected to be flawless in every way. His every word and action were scrutinized. His flaws were magnified, and his human imperfections were seen as betrayals. The disappointment felt by his followers was, in part, a product of their own unrealistic expectations. They had built him up so high that any fall was bound to be devastating. They had placed him on a pedestal, seeing him as more than just a man. And when he fell, the fall was all the more dramatic, a stark reminder of the dangers of unrealistic expectations and the human tendency to idolize. Section 9. The complex legacy of Ben Carson. Achievements and contradictions. Ben Carson's story is complex. He is a man of remarkable achievements and undeniable contradictions. He rose from poverty to become a world-renowned surgeon. He saved countless lives. He inspired millions. Yet, his political choices alienated many of his supporters. His legacy is now intertwined with the divisive politics of the Trump era. He is both celebrated and condemned. Carson's story reminds us that even the most accomplished individuals are capable of great flaws and misjudgments. It challenges us to confront our own biases and to recognize the dangers of hero worship. Section 10. Conclusion. A cautionary tale of ambition, belief, and the perils of public life. Ben Carson's journey from gifted surgeon to controversial political figure is a cautionary tale about the perils of public life. It highlights the complexities of ambition, the power of belief, and the ease with which even the most celebrated figures can fall from grace. His story serves as a reminder that heroes are human, capable of both extraordinary feats and profound missteps. It is a story that continues to resonate today, prompting reflection on the nature of leadership, the challenges of navigating political divisions, and the enduring search for role models in an increasingly complex world.